Okay, we are starting the 16th notes today. So yeah, everything went well. Improv stuff definitely sounds like you're getting a good hold of it. So it sounded like you were pretty comfortable there. So that was good. Very good to hear. Right, so 16th notes, and also changing a little bit here on the practice, and mainly on how we're going to finish the practice. So change the text up here a little bit. And, you know, what we had done before with the whole repeats thing is you play it twice after you max it out. You play it twice, and then you do it 3 times, and then finally do it 4 times. So what I'm doing with everybody is changing it to going straight into the 4 times. I think this will help reduce mental fatigue trying to do that and get through all the repetitions a lot easier. But basically the same idea. You reach your maximum speed or you reach the time limit. Then you start adding in those 4 repeats, decreasing the metronome in order to get those repeats. So 3 good solid attempts at trying to play it 4 times. And if you can't get it after 3 solid attempts, drop it 10, try again. So 16th notes. Let me go up here and change some things. So remember, that's your quarter note. And then when you add 1 flag, you have an 8th note. So in this case, we got 2 flags. So that's your 16th. So we are going straight into different rhythms here. And we'll see how it goes. If it ends up being too difficult, then I'll scale it back. But let's just see where you get throughout the week. And that is our standard 16th note count. So you got your 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and so on. So we're just going to say what we play. Very important to count this stuff as you're playing it. I'd say from 60 to like at least 100 out loud, counting it out loud. Very helpful. If you can go past that, also good, but not 100% necessary. So yeah, we got to have 4 evenly spaced strums per click. And let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else about this I need to say. I think that about covers it. So when practicing this, because we got a different rhythm every bar, very good idea. Start off by saying what the count is first. Get comfortable with that before you add in the chords. And if you need to, you know, focus on just a portion of this to get the hang of it, that's totally fine. So maybe you just want to, you know, loop 1 bar at a time until the rhythm is feeling good, and you can loop that one until it's feeling good. You can do 2 bars at a time, 3 bars at a time. That's all a good idea. So just little bit by bit is totally fine. You don't have to jump into the entire thing right away. You don't even have to get to the metronome on day 1. If you need to, just keep practicing the different counts and everything for the first day. Get real comfortable with it before adding in that metronome. So take your time with it. The biggest thing we want is the accuracy and understanding of what's happening. So I'm going to start with just saying what the count is first. And then I'm going to start playing right after that. So I'm going to count off 4 so you know when I'm going to start this count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1E and a 2E and a 3, 4. 1, 2E and a 3E and a 4. 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2. 3, 4E and a 1E and a 2. 3E and a 4. 1, 2E and a 3. 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3. 4. 1, 2E and a 3E and a 4. 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2. 3, 4E and a 1E and a 2. 3E and a 4. 1, 2E and a 3. 4E and a 1. just tapping my foot when the metronome's clicking. Very important. A lot of times people will double tap, I like to call it that, because they're tapping on like eighth notes, so tap, basically like you have to tap on the ones and the ands, and we don't want to do that. So just when the metronome's clicking. So here we are at 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3 and a 4. 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. 3, 4 and a 1 and a 2. 3 and a 4. 1, 2 and a 3, 4 and a 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally fine to use your arm for all that, especially at those faster speeds. You're really gonna have to use those bigger muscles to push the speed for those rhythms there. So we don't want to just keep everything in the wrist the entire time. Absolutely use that arm. Strum it big if you need to. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's move on to number 2. Oh my, yeah, this will be a pain in the butt. So this is put in a 5/4 time signature. This way we can see the entire pattern go throughout one bar. It's basically just playing the 3 different shapes that you learned on the 5 strings. So even though this is a 5/4, I'm going to count off 4. Keep it nice and simple here. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. $120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn that off. 180 next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's bad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo. Okay. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. All right, so I assume you're still working on memorizing the single string stuff. So yeah, just send that in when you got it. Wait, we're not going to go to that yet. So, chord stuff. I think you understood part of it, but well, you kind of, well, let's see. So you definitely had the same pattern. Now, So here's the first set. So the key is C, G, and F, and yes, you had the same pattern. Now, you had the same pattern for all three sets. Nothing technically wrong with that. But I want you to try some different stuff too. So this way you can see some other variations of the same progression. So, I put in where I'd like you to start the next set. So yeah, we're going to go in the open position here to start. And when you figure that out, you know where to go here. That'll basically lay out how you're going to do the rest. So yeah, start with the open A5 to figure out the new path. So we're going to have the same progression, but just kind of a different movement pattern. And then here, for this one, I wanted you to have a little bit more guidance to start. So this is how I want you to start this guy. And then figure out the rest from there. So as soon as you got it filled in, send it over. Because I want you to also be able to practice playing through the progressions, you know, with like a drum track or something. This way, you'll get used to playing the chords and seeing the movement patterns and all that. So, as soon as you got it filled in, send it over, okay? And then this. So, we're going to try something a little different here and actually have you write things. And if this ends up being too much material, just let me know. Like, if it's too many things to work on, please tell me. But yeah, this, what we got here is some backing tracks. And hang on, let me change this setting here. Where is it? There. So I got, basically, there we go. So some power chords ringing out, got a bass line following it, you know, drums, and so for the first portion, the lead part has nothing. So the first 8 bars, no lead, no solo. And this is so you can hear what the bass, drums, and backing guitar are doing. And then I have something that I wrote on top of it. So your goal here is learn this. Be able to play it. Once you can do that, it's your turn to write something else. Now, the way this is set up right now is basically it's the same rhythm. So I want you to come up with something, whatever notes you like, whatever notes sound good to you, but you need to use the exact same rhythm. So notice up here we have some tied notes. It's like this note is tied over here, and this note is tied over here. This note is tied over here. This note is tied here. So anytime you have that tie, well actually you also have this note tied here, and this note is tied here. So all these little reminders, push the letter L to make a tie. So if I come up here, if I hit the letter L, it removes it and shows that. And if I hit it again, tie comes in. So basically just input your notes, and then you don't have to have like the same legato stuff that I do. You can pick everything. You can do more legato. Basically just follow the same rhythm. So right now this is set to 170. But you can change it to whatever you want. If you want to play it slower, set it slower. If you want to play it faster, set it faster. But the main thing is be able to play what's currently here, and then write your own thing following the exact same rhythm. And then that's the note we're going to end with. So let me go back here. So obviously we need to learn what this thing is first. And it's really just like anything that we've done so far. Because you got, you know, whoops, hold on. There we go. We've got some half notes, eighth notes, quarter notes, some ties. So it's all stuff that you have had experience with. Now we just got a whole new set of notes. So this really ties into any time you're going to be learning another song. just looking at the tab and seeing how the notation, like the rhythm notation, is laid out. Same idea. So I'm going to demonstrate it, but if you can figure this out just by looking at it first, like sight read what the rhythm is, think what the rhythm is, good. That's very, very helpful. But try it first, see if you can get what the count is, and then, follow along with the video here. Use Guitar Pro, of course. But here we go. I'm going to play this at 60 first, so nice and easy to follow along with. And let's put on more of a solo sounding sound. Solo sounding sound. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 170. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to go faster, let's play the 200 as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you write things out, fill it in, and definitely do something that you're happy with for sure. And then and then record the whole thing. Like play along with the Guitar Pro file, playing the what I currently have, along with what you come up with, and also send over what you come up with too. So any questions on like how to input things, let me know. Any questions with any of the stuff, let me know. And that'll do it. All right, I'll see you again in your new videos.